nothing to drink either, and so the lion, put your manes on, called all the animals together under a great big special tree. Now the lion roared. Can we roar together?
I think storytelling is really important in our society because it is kind of a lost art.
You can't do the stories. So
parents don't tell stories to their kids in the way that they once did, and I think it's a wonderful thing for people to do together. I think there's just nothing better than sitting down with your kids and telling them stories to build a relationship within your family. There just isn't. You tell a story, and it's almost like the story itself is like the campfire, you know, that you gather around. The story is the thing that draws you together, and so then you have what, like I like to call the storytelling community. Okay, you're all on this journey together that gets initiated by the story. Maybe a better image would be the story is a boat, and you're all sat in the boat and you're kind of going someplace together. But you know, whatever picture you want to use, you bring a community of people together. That's three. And then when it comes to biblical storytelling, the fourth relationship, it was obviously the one between us and God. And I always tell people that if you take the time, somebody else did this, I didn't do it. If you take the time to go through the Bible and find out like what kind of genres of literature are in there, the majority of the biblical text is narrative. So, you know, I think it's perfectly fair to draw from that when God chooses to communicate with us, he chooses to do it via story. And the wonderful thing is that every time I say to myself, there's no other way to tell this story, I find another way to tell it. It's the weirdest thing. You know, it's like I think God just keeps saying to me, there's more ways to tell this than you can imagine. There are more ways to tell it than you can imagine. And I think every time you find that new way to tell it, then it brings it to life again for you, and it does it for them. The story comes to life again, and it becomes a new story.